Hello investors, I hope all of you had a fantastic day. I had a very good day myself. Today I had a 3.1% gain on my Catalyst portfolio. I felt great about that, just marching right along. Had quite a few days now of a gain in a row, so feeling really great about how things are going. So far year to date, I'm up 197.87%, so that is almost tripling my money, so very, very close. And I was really hoping to beat my record, which was 2019, that is 232%. Really looking forward to trying to beat that. Today I did a little bit of day trading, 2.7% gain. I should have done a lot better on that, but you know, life gets in the way sometimes. And I always say, if you can't focus on your day trading, when you do a day trade, you really need to focus for not only the entry point, but for the exit point. And I just had some different things going on today that I need to take care of. And so I wasn't able to do very much on that today, and that's how it works. You know, that's going to happen in life. But today I traded IBIO and AKAI. I did okay with that. Most of it was IBIO. Missed out on a big run. Oh well, that happens. But today I had only one sell. I had one stock that was on the top 7 list that I decided to sell, and that was ALEC. I sold it for a 6.5% gain. The reason why I did is because, and I really don't think officers should do this, especially when it's coming up to phase data or big news, but we had an insider sell by the chief medical officer, and so I didn't feel good about that. I thought that investors would get wind of that eventually, and that would be a negative factor in the stock. And so I decided it was time to get out since I had a profit on it. Hopefully all of you have a profit on it. It finished just a little bit up today, which was great. So if you're needing to get out of that, I think you can easily do so. If you're not, and you're wanting to go all the way to phase data, I am hopeful that it will continue up. I just did not like that, and I didn't think that was right for me, looking at insider activity. I want to talk about something very, very, very important when you're investing in stocks, and this is something that is not talked about enough, and that is entry point, entry point, entry point. The entry point on your stocks and picking your entry point and having a specific strategy for how to do that is ridiculously important. And so if you don't have a strategy for that, if you just go, oh, I really like Netflix, and so in pre-market, I'm going to buy Netflix. And you buy Netflix and you pay too much for it, and the market opens and the market is down, and then all of a sudden Netflix drops and you're down 2-3% just right off the get-go. That is not what you want to do. And so if that is you and you've experienced that, you need to change the way that you buy stocks. And so I have a video, and it is the entry point video, and it really doesn't get very many views. But I think you should really check it out. It really talks about my opinions on that. Just see the way that I do it. And if it makes sense to you, I suggest adopting that. I think it's so important. And I never think that buying in pre-market is really a great idea, especially for a beginner. Sometimes I'll get a great deal on a stock. Someone will panic sell a stock in pre-market, and I get really, really lucky, and the market's up that day. That's the thing you got to pay attention to. Is pre-market up or down? Are the stock futures up or down? At market open, are they predicting for stocks to go up or down? So you definitely don't want to buy if it's down in pre-market. So I like CNN, their CNN Business pre-market. I like that. I use that on my phone and just do a quick refresh early in the morning to see how the market is looking. And I think that's really important for you to know that information ahead of time. I like to watch for the dip in market open. So it happens so often, especially if the market is down for stock futures, to where in the market opens, you see a bunch of market sells and the stock goes shunk, or right down. And then I'll watch for a little bit of a recovery. And when I see that recovery, I see those 3 green bars, or I see the classic reversal play. I see a green bar, baby, red bar, green bar. Then I'll buy in at that dip. That's how I buy, and that's how I do it. And patience is key. And having a system really helps you with patience. And so I would just highly recommend that you take a look at that video, and also you take a look at your own buying habits and see, can I make this better? Can I get a little bit more out of this? This is real money we're playing with. So you want to be the best trader you possibly can be. Okay, so if you are a beginner, or if you are someone that has been investing for a long time and you're not making money at the stock market, or you just really want to see some other good strategies, I suggest you take a look at our Patreon group. I have a link for it down below. It's a great group. We all help one another, and we give each other suggestions, and we work together. And so far, there's been some really good gains come out of that group. I feel it's very worthwhile. I've gotten a lot of positive feedback. And so if you're looking for something to be a part of, take a look at it. I think it's really worthwhile. All right, let's get to the list. So this list is for Tuesday, July 21st. We have two stocks that are not on this list that were on the previous list that I haven't sold yet. One is VOXX. VOXX had very bullish insider activity by Cowley Holding, and I'm expecting more insider activity, but it hasn't happened quite yet. But every single day it has been up since I bought it. So it's hard to sell a stock that every day has momentum like that. I'm just holding it, and I guess if there's a pullback and or some bad factors that kind of happen on it, then I'll move on. But I'm expecting more insider activity, so I'm going to keep holding it, and so far so good, doing really great in it. The next one is MBRV. MBRV has a lot of catalysts. I have a little bit of money in this. I call this a lottery pick, so it's like a lottery ticket kind of thing. I think this stock is going to really shoot up someday. I have a little bit, and I'm just holding it. That's a stock that's not on the list that I'm owning as part of my catalyst portfolio. All right, now let's get to the list. We've got the top 7 going on here. First, we have PRSP. So PRSP had insider activity by Philip Nolan, and it happened 2 days in a row. So there was an insider transaction and then another insider transaction the next day, and that is very, very bullish when you see that, because that officer went back and said, no, I need more, and went back with their own money and purchased more. So that one is a really great one. I think it has a lot more room to run. If you haven't gotten into it yet, I think that that is one that you would want to jump in, and I think you can still make a good amount of money on it. Next is number 6, and this is LPCN. LPCN has upcoming PDUFA date on the 28th, and it is a testosterone replacement therapy for men. The FDA is going to be looking at it that date. Now, there's a lot of men that utilize this, and if they have a better one, I think that this is very marketable. I like this stock a lot to run up big time from the price that it is, because it is way too cheap. The FDA date isn't until the 28th, so you definitely got time to buy those dips and get on in there. That's a great stock that's going to really run up, I think, over the month of August. Next, number 5 is BATRA. This is a stock you probably never heard of. I know I never had. But it had 3 total purchases. All were in open market. All were in different days. Not different officers. They were all the same officer. But I felt it was really, really bullish. This stock is on the list for when sports get going again, that this would be one to get into. I felt good about it, and I decided it was time to enter. And so I found a good entry point on it. I think it's going to be a great stock going forward. So it's brand new to the list, but I think it's got a lot of potential. Number 4 is TTOO. I am loving this stock right now. They are shipping tests. Not only that, but there are so many catalysts with TTOO. They've had price upgrades by analysts, and I agree with these analysts, and I typically don't. I think it's almost a joke, some of the price targets get thrown out there that never ever get hit. But this one they got at $4 a share. And I agree. I do. I think that this stock is going to be worth $4 a share. Easy. They're shipping tests. We haven't even seen what their sales are like from those tests. Tests that are really needed right now. They also have a sepsis test that is very important that hospitals really need right now, that I think is something that will be FDA approved eventually. So there's just lots of good things with TTOO. I'm expecting great things. Next, number 3 is NTWK, and this is definitely a company I never heard of before. Really low volume on this one, so this is going to be a tough one to enter. But a CEO had an insider buy at $2.78 that I felt was very, very bullish. And this happened today, so this is a fresh insider pick, and it is number 3 on the list. So I'm expecting this thing to really climb, and it won't take much for it to climb. If there are people and volume that come into this thing, it could really take off. So that is one to watch for. Its 52-week high was over 6. It could get back to its 52-week high. It was very bullish insider activity, something to watch. Next one, number 2 is BCLI, and I am doing terrific with this stock. I had it for a quick little swing trade, and then I was like, no, that's a really good one. Why did I just swing it? But anyway, the EVP and COO of the company and another officer bought shares multiple days, and so yeah, this thing has been climbing ever since that insider activity happened, and it's going to climb a lot more. So there's a lot of room. A lot of analyst price targets on this one at $20 a share. There is lots of room to run. I feel good with the insider activity and the analyst upgrades that are happening on it. I think BCLI is going to be a great stock that you can make money on. You're definitely in the ground floor on it, so it should be good. All right, number 1. Number 1, this PDUFA date is coming up, and TRVN has been on my list a long time. And so this was brought to my attention. There's 2 different guys I listen a lot to and kind of talk with online, and one was T-Loop, and the other one is Captain Fatballs. And I know he's got a funny name, but he is really smart in picking these PDUFA dates. It's got a PDUFA date of August 7th, and this thing has really been climbing lately. And it's not done. I think it can really go. Now that it's over $2 a share, we could really see it take off. Lots of reasons to be in it and lots of room to run, in my opinion. This is a great stock and still has a great entry point, a good opportunity to get in. I do a lot of work for this list, so if you could just do me a huge favor and hit that most amazing and wonderful like button. Also, if you can like and share it with your friends, I very much appreciate it. And if you've never seen this middle-aged guy talk about stocks before, and you've never seen this channel before, and or if you have seen me and you haven't done so yet, please subscribe and turn on those bell notifications so you get notified whenever we have a new stock video coming out. I want to also encourage you, if you're looking for a good broker with pre-market and aftermarket that's really got the best, I highly recommend Webull. The reason why is because at 3 o'clock a.m. Central Time, I can buy stock. And at 7 p.m. at night, I can sell stock. And if you're on Robinhood, that's something you really can't do. And you can really take advantage of a lot of those other brokerage houses opening up. You see the FOMO kind of happen, especially in pre-market. You can also get some extra great buys later. If you have a post-market or an aftermarket that ends at 5, you could pick up a really good deal, maybe at 5:30 on a stock. And so it makes a big difference. I think it's a really good. And if you want free stocks, just click on the link down below. Sign up and you get another free stock when you deposit money. All right, the other thing I'd like to encourage you, and this is something that I just think is really important and something that I do, is giving back at the end of the year. You know, taking 10% of your profits or more and giving to that charity you have a passion for. If it's your church or the Miracle Network or Make-A-Wish Foundation, there are so many great things that you can give back to. And so many traders get a bad name for being about Lambos and mansions. I just want to encourage you to search your heart and put it with your passion. It'll make you a better trader. It will make you focus on other things other than getting. I hope we all have a fantastic day tomorrow. I'm wishing you the best. And Raythoven out.